What is it that makes a story really pop or a description just unforgettable? Well, a lot of the time, it comes down to these special little words, the ones that paint pictures and add a ton of emotion. So today, we're going to explore the power of these describing words and see just how they bring our language to life. All right, just take a look at these flowers. If you had to describe them to a friend, what words would you use? What just immediately comes to mind? Maybe you're thinking about their color, right? Or their shape, or maybe just how they make you feel. I bet words like yellow or beautiful probably popped into your head, right? Well, those are describing words, and that is exactly what we're here to talk about. See, in the world of grammar, these super useful words have a special name. And that special name is an adjective. An adjective's whole job, its entire purpose, is to give us more detail about a noun. And hey, just as a quick refresher, a noun is any person, place, animal, or thing. You can think of adjectives as the real detail-oriented words of our language. So what kind of information can they actually give us? Well, as it turns out, a whole lot. Adjectives are just incredibly versatile. I mean, they can describe pretty much everything from size and shape to feelings and even opinions. I mean, just look at the variety here. Adjectives can tell us about size, right? Like a big car versus a small one. They can tell us about color, like a red shirt or a blue sky. They can even capture sounds like loud music or express feelings like being happy or tired. They can state an opinion, like saying a meal is delicious. And they can even tell us about quantity, like having many friends or just some cookies. They are seriously the ultimate tools for adding those specific, fantastic details. Okay, for instance, let's say I told you everybody danced to the music. Fine, that's a complete thought. But what happens when we add the adjective loud? Everybody danced to the loud music. Boom! Instantly, you get a much clearer picture. You can almost hear it, can't you? That's because loud is describing the noun, music.
Or how about this one? The pasta is delicious. Here, the adjective delicious is telling us someone's opinion about the pasta. I mean, without it, the sentence the pasta is just kind of hangs there. It feels incomplete. Delicious adds flavor, both literally and, figuratively.
Adjectives can also handle numbers and amounts. So in this sentence, many is an adjective that tells us about the quantity of marbles. It's the word that's answering the question, so how many? And this is a big one. Adjectives are absolutely perfect for describing feelings. The word happy gives us such crucial information about the children. We instantly understand their emotional state, and it's all thanks to that one single describing word. Okay, so we know what adjectives are and what they do, so the next big question is, where do we actually put them in a sentence? Well, it turns out there are two really common patterns that you're going to see all the time. All right, let's break these down. So in pattern 1, the adjective comes right before the noun it's describing. Super straightforward. And I have a red car. The adjective red is right there before the noun car. Easy enough? Now in pattern 2, the adjective comes after what we call a be verb, like is or are. So in the student is tired, the adjective tired comes after the verb is, but, and this is key, it's still describing the subject, the student. So, what's the big takeaway here? It's that adjectives are pretty flexible. You'll usually find them in one of two spots, either right before the noun they're describing or after a be verb like is, are, was, or were. All right, we've covered the basics, so now it's time to put this into practice. The best way to really get a handle on this stuff is to just try it out. So, you ready to test your skills? Let's do it. Okay, here's your first challenge. We've got 5 words, all jumbled up. How would you unscramble them to make a proper sentence? Go ahead, take a second to think about it. And hey, remember that first pattern we talked about? And the answer is, I see a small mouse. Did you get it? See, this is that first pattern in action, perfectly. The adjective small comes right before the noun it's describing, mouse. Okay, nice work. Let's try a different kind of challenge now. I want you to read this sentence carefully. Can you find the adjectives? I'll give you a hint. There might be more than one. So, the answers are new, tall, and red. Yep, there are actually 3 adjectives in there. And what's so cool about this sentence is that it uses both of the patterns we just learned. New is using pattern 1. It comes right before the noun boots. But tall and red are using pattern 2, coming after that be verb, are. It's a great example of how you can stack descriptions to paint a really, really clear picture. So why does any of this matter? I mean, why are we even talking about this? Well, because adjectives are so much more than just some boring grammar rule. They're actually fundamental to how we communicate with each other. These are the words that literally paint pictures in our minds. They take a simple, kind of black and white sentence and just fill it with color and detail and feeling. Honestly, they're what make our language truly vivid and engaging. Okay, so let's lock this all in with a quick recap. What are they? They're describing words. What do? They tell us all about size, color, feelings, and so much more. And where do they go? Usually right before a noun or after a be verb. That's pretty much the whole shebang. And now I'm going to leave you with one last thing to think about. Just consider your days so far. What adjectives would you use to describe it? Was it busy, relaxing, maybe a little chaotic, productive? The words you're thinking of right now? Yep, those are all adjectives. See? You're already a pro. You use them all the time. Thanks so much for joining me.